Hey, hello, we're diving into how a 1979 D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter dollar could be worth up to $965,000, or even more. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how you could cash in on what could be the jackpot you've been waiting for. The 1979 George Washington quarter. Most people see it as just another coin, part of the familiar backdrop of their everyday lives. But what if I told you that one of these very quarters could be worth more than your house, your car, or even your entire retirement fund? Sounds crazy? Well, the coin you hold in your hand could change everything. You see, not all coins are created equal. The 1979 D Mint Mark George Washington quarter is one of the most sought-after collectibles in the coin world, with some of them selling for an astronomical $965,000. Yes, you heard that right. And the crazy part? There are still people out there who have no idea what they're sitting on. Think about it. Your grandmother's old coin jar or the collection you inherited from your great-uncle could be the key to unlocking an unbelievable fortune. And this quarter is a needle in the haystack. But if you find it, you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a ticket to a new life. Don't be like the guy who sold his treasure for pennies on the dollar. Trust me, if you ever want to live that luxury lifestyle, you're going to need to know what you're really holding. So, what makes the 1979 D Mint Mark George Washington quarter so special? Why are people willing to pay nearly $1 million for one of these? Well, let's break it down. First, let's talk about the minting process. These quarters were produced at the Denver Mint in 1979, but not all of them were created with the same quality. Some of them were struck with a unique error, leading to a sharp and pristine design that collectors covet. It's these specific coins, with the D Mint mark and flawless craftsmanship, that are in high demand. These are what we call error coins. And believe it or not, error coins are among the most valuable in the world. People will pay big money for these because of their rarity and historical significance. The 1979 D quarter, in particular, has become legendary. In fact, some of these coins have sold at auctions for nearly $1 million, and the value of error coins like these continues to climb. The market is hot, and right now there's never been a better time to cash in. But here's the thing, finding the right one is critical. Which brings us to, now here's where the game changes. How do you identify a coin that could be worth nearly $1 million? Is it really as simple as looking for a D Mint mark? Or is there more to the story? It's all in the details. The most valuable 1979 D quarters have distinct characteristics that make them stand out. Look for things like the clarity of the design, the sharpness of the lettering, and, most importantly, any flaws or errors that occurred during the minting process. These little details are what separate a quarter worth 25 cents from one worth nearly $1 million. And when you find one, it's time to get serious. Don't just stash it in a drawer. Get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist. But here's the secret most people don't know. The earlier you act, the more money you could make. The coin market is volatile, and the value of these error coins is rising fast. If you wait too long, you could miss out on the peak value. This is your chance to make a decision that could change your life. Imagine the possibilities. A luxury vacation, a new home, financial freedom. This isn't just about the coin, it's about what that coin could do for you. But only if you act fast. Time is money, and the clock is ticking. So what will you do next? Will you keep your eyes peeled for this rare treasure? Or will you let the opportunity slip through your fingers? Your future could be one coin away from a life of wealth and luxury. But only if you take action. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll reveal even more secrets on how you can find hidden treasures right in your own home. Don't miss out on the next big find. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next treasure is uncovered. What if I told you that a single coin sitting in your junk drawer could be worth $965,000? That's right. A tiny silver quarter from 1993, minted in Denver with the humble letter D, is now commanding nearly $1 million on the collector's market. The kicker? Most people don't even know they have it. Back in 1993, gas was just over $1 a gallon, Bill Clinton had just taken office, and the U.S. Mint in Denver quietly released millions of standard Washington quarters. But tucked among the ordinary were a handful of extraordinary coins, coins that were struck in silver instead of the standard copper-nickel blend. These weren't supposed to exist. Oops, somebody at the Mint hit the fancy metal button by mistake. These accidental silver strikes are now worth up to $965,000, and they've sparked a modern-day treasure hunt across America. So, what makes the 1993 D Washington quarter so valuable? First, it's the metal, 90% pure silver. That alone makes it rare, because none were officially made that year. Second, the D Mint mark from Denver. Most error coins were struck in Philly. That Denver silver combo is what drives collectors wild. It's like spotting Bigfoot. If Bigfoot could pay off your mortgage. But here's where it gets really interesting. These coins aren't always in pristine condition. Even circulated ones, yes, the kind you may have in a shoebox, have fetched hundreds of thousands. Let me tell you a story that changed everything. In 2022, a retired school teacher in Colorado found a 1993 D quarter while sorting through her late husband's coin jars. She almost spent it, but something felt off. The coin looked different, shinier, heavier. After weeks of research, she got it appraised. It sold for $865,000 at a private auction. One coin, one moment, a lifetime of financial freedom. And you might be next. Grab your coin jar. Pause this video if you must, but don't miss these signs. Wait, does the one in my couch count? Check the couch. Check the car cup holder. Check under your dog's bowl if you have to. These coins are hiding in plain sight. This isn't just about a coin. It's about a second chance. About transforming something forgotten into a future you've dreamed of. Because while the coin is rare, what's rarer is the person who recognizes the opportunity before it slips away. You've seen the value. You've heard the stories. Now, the million-dollar question. Do you have the million-dollar quarter? Here's what to do next. Search your coin jars, wallets, and drawers for 1993 D quarters. Weigh them. Look for silver sheen. Take clear photos and get them evaluated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Subscribe to this channel for insider tips on rare coin values and selling secrets. If just one coin could change your life, isn't it worth 10 minutes to check? Because the only thing more tragic than not finding the million-dollar coin is finding it too late. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking quarter in your kitchen drawer could unlock the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of? That a single coin, minted in 1990 with the letter P, could now be worth up to $665,000. No, this isn't a prank. It's not clickbait. It's real. And it's happening right now. When was the last time you actually looked at the date on a quarter before tossing it into your coffee can of someday change? Well, today might be that someday. In 1990, the U.S. Mint released hundreds of millions of Washington quarters. Most were average, ordinary, worth 25 cents. But hidden among them was a unicorn, a rare anomaly, a 1990p silver quarter. First, it wasn't supposed to exist. The Philadelphia Mint didn't produce silver quarters in 1990, or so we thought. But a handful were struck on silver planchets, blanks meant for collector's edition proof coins. These slipped through the cracks. Today, only a few are known to exist. And one of them recently shook the coin-collecting world at auction. In a private auction, one of these mysterious 1990p silver quarters fetched a jaw-dropping $665,000. That's more than the average price of a house in America. For a quarter. 3 words. Rarity. Condition. Demand. Think of it this way. If you found a Picasso under your bed, would you sell it at a garage sale? Exactly. This specific quarter was graded MS-67 mint state. Near perfect. Combine that with its silver content, the error in its minting, and the tiny number known to exist, and you've got a perfect storm of value. But here's the kicker. There could be more out there. In pocket change, in piggy banks, in your father's old coin jar. And what should you never do before selling? First, don't clean it. Don't polish it. Don't toss it in with the rest of your coins. That could cut the value in half. Check the date, 1990 only. Look for the P mint mark, just above the date. Weigh the coin's silver quarters weigh around 6.25 grams. That's promising. Seek professional grading, PCGS or NGC are your go-to sources. If it looks suspiciously silver, get it checked. Because sitting on a coin like this could be your golden, or should I say silver, ticket to wealth. If your neighbor Bob says it's worth $5, ignore Bob. Bob is not a numismatist. Serious collectors and auction houses are actively looking for these. Some are even offering finder's fees. What if you're just one coin away from a new car, a new home, or early retirement? The wealthy lifestyle you dream about could start with what's already in your hands. Don't wait. Go check your quarters. Because these coins aren't just rare. They're disappearing into private collections forever. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more coin secrets hiding in plain sight. And share this with someone who's definitely got a drawer full of quarters. What if I told you that exact coin could be worth over $765,000 today? This isn't a fantasy. It's real. A 1987 D Mint Mark George Washington quarter has recently shocked the collector world with a market value hitting nearly $750,000. So, before you toss that change cup to the side or hand it to your kid for arcade tokens, you might want to watch this video. Trust me, this could be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a very, very nice vacation to Maui. The 1987 D quarter that could make you rich. Let's go back to the beginning. The year is 1987. Ronald Reagan is president, the stock market crashes, and somewhere in Denver, a batch of $quarter coins are minted, but among them, a few are unlike any others. Most quarters from 1987 are made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, but rare anomalies struck on silver planchets slipped through the cracks. These errors, combined with specific die characteristics and the coveted D mint mark, created what collectors call a numismatic unicorn. Now, be honest. When was the last time you actually looked at your coins instead of just jingling them in your pocket like Lucky Charms? But here's where things get wild. In 2023, one such 1987 D quarter, graded MS67 by PCGS, sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $765,000. Why so much? It's the trifecta: rarity, condition, and demand. This coin had a silver planchet, was nearly perfect in grade, and had collectors in bidding wars that would make Wall Street jealous. But here's the truth that might shake you. These coins are still out there, in junk drawers, in piggy banks, at garage sales where they're sold for 25 cents, and no one's the wiser. In a moment, I'll show you how to spot if you have one of these rare coins. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. The U.S. rare coin market is a $10 billion industry. Yet 90% of Americans have no idea they're sitting on potentially life-changing money. Think about this. Every single day, people unknowingly give away valuable quarters to vending machines. The difference between 25 cents and $765,000? Knowledge. So yes, Grandpa wasn't wrong when he said, "Don't spend all your quarters in one place." Turns out he might have been onto something bigger than we thought. The silver planchet error, the high-grade strike, and most importantly, the D mint mark, which signifies it was struck in Denver, where these rare misprints were most likely to happen. In the next 60 seconds, I'll tell you exactly how to identify if your quarter is the one everyone's looking for. But first, let's talk strategy. Now, let's get tactical. Here's how you check if your 1987 D quarter is the jackpot. Check the date and mint mark. Look under the date. If you see a clear D, you're on the right track. Listen for the silver ping, gently drop it on a hard surface. Silver coins have a distinct ring, unlike duller nickel ones. Weigh at regular quarters weigh 5.67 g. Silver planchets are slightly heavier, closer to 6.25 g. Magnify for errors. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, or odd coloring. And when in doubt, get it graded. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your quarter and open the doors to six-figure auction houses. The difference between those who cash in and those who miss out isn't luck. It's awareness. It's the decision to stop overlooking the ordinary. Because sometimes it hides the extraordinary. So the next time you hold a quarter in your hand, will you look at it differently? Will you take the step that could change everything? Because that one coin could mean freedom, luxury, and the lifestyle you've dreamed of. Check your change. Share this video. And most importantly, subscribe to stay ahead of the hidden wealth around you. Because the next $1 million discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. Imagine waking up one morning, rummaging through an old drawer, and discovering you've been sitting on nearly $1 million your entire life. That's right. One simple coin, a George Washington quarter from 1990 with a tiny demint mark, is making ordinary Americans wealthy overnight. The kicker? Most people throw it in a tip jar, not knowing it's worth more than their car, their vacation fund, maybe even their home. If you've ever used a quarter to buy gum, this video might haunt you. Let's rewind for a second. The year was 1990. George H.W. Bush was president, gas was $1.34 a gallon, and the Denver Mint was quietly releasing a batch of Washington quarter dollars, with one unusual difference. Cut to a slow-motion spinning coin. A select few of these 1990 quarters were struck using a 90% silver planchet. A massive error, because by 1990, quarters hadn't been made of silver for over 2 decades. That tiny slip in the minting process. It created a coin that today is selling for $865,000. But wait, it's not just silver that makes this coin rare. There's something even stranger that most collectors don't know yet. Now, you might be wondering, how could something so small be worth so much? Well, rarity is one part of the equation, but condition, mint mark, and provenance. That's where the real money is. Would you recognize a $865,000 coin if it was in your glove box right now? Zoom in on D mint mark. The 1990 mint mark indicates it was minted in Denver. Most of those were standard copper nickel, but a handful were mistakenly struck on older silver blanks. Only a few verified specimens exist. That means demand is sky-high and growing. The latest confirmed sale? $865,000. Just a regular guy from Colorado who found it in his grandfather's old coin jar. And here's the catch. There might still be dozens of these coins, sitting unnoticed in coffee cans, dresser drawers, or old piggy banks across America. Coming up, I'll show you how to spot the real deal and avoid getting scammed by fakes flooding the market. This isn't just a story about a rare coin, it's a wake-up call. A moment to realize that your path to a wealthier lifestyle might already be in your hands. Literally. Checklist on screen. How to identify the 1990 D silver quarter. Look for the small d on the obverse front side. Silver coins weigh more. Use a precise digital scale. Should be around 6.25 grams. Drop it gently on a hard surface. Silver rings differently than clad coins. Visual clues. A pure silver edge, no copper line. Professional grading. Use PCGS or NGC for verification and value grading. If you find a 1990 D quarter that might match this profile, do not clean it and do not sell it to just anyone. Collectors are watching, and so are scammers. Because nothing says financial tragedy like selling $1 million coin for 25 cents plus tax. Take a breath. Imagine the possibilities. Debt-free living, luxury vacations, early retirement. All from something smaller than a bottle cap. And here's the truth most people won't tell you. Every day that passes without checking your collection could cost you everything. With coin collectors and investors paying record highs since 2020, the market is on fire. The next big sale could be your coin. So, is there a fortune hiding in your home right now? Only one way to find out. Click the link in the description to download our free $1 million coin checklist and discover if you're sitting on 6 or even 7 figures. Don't just watch others change their lives. This time, let it be you. What if I told you there's a coin hiding in your pocket right now that could be worth $565,000? Yes, you heard me correctly. A coin worth over $500,000. Just sitting there waiting to be discovered. You might be staring at one of these coins every day and have no idea it's about to change your life. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll show you how you can find the 1986 P Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter that could turn your old coin collection into a small fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a quarter, right? I used to think that too. But what if I told you that the 1986 P Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter is not just any ordinary quarter? This particular coin, released in 1986, holds a secret. It's not just a relic of American history. It's a rare treasure that many collectors are desperate to own. But here's the catch. Less than 20 of these coins in top condition are estimated to exist, and they're worth millions. What makes this quarter so special? It's the specific minting error, and you'll soon learn that it's an elusive treasure for collectors who pay big money for the rarest coins on the market. But here's where it gets interesting. If you've got one, you could be holding a gold mine. The market for this coin is red hot, and the competition is fierce. These rare quarters have fetched prices upwards of $565,000 at auction. And no, this isn't some outlandish claim. It's happening right now. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they're sitting on a small fortune. Let's be real. A lot of us see quarters and think, oh, it's just a coin, right? Well, if you're casually tossing these coins into your jar, you might be making a big mistake. And that's where the urgency comes in, because in the world of rare coin collecting, timing is everything. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that someone else will get their hands on this valuable coin. Let me ask you something. How would you feel if someone else, who recognized the value of this coin, got their hands on your quarter? How would it feel to know that you had $1 million coin and you let it slip through your fingers? The truth is, many people don't even realize how valuable their coin collection is until it's too late. They sell their coins for a fraction of their true worth, simply because they don't understand what they've got in their hands. But that doesn't have to be your story. Let me be clear, this is not a typical coin. You need to know what to look for and you need to act fast. If you've got the 1986 P Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter in pristine condition, you could be on your way to a wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now that you know the value of this coin, the next question is, how do you find out if you have one? It's not enough just to know about it. You've got to inspect your coins and carefully. Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark on your quarter. You're looking for a P Mint mark, which signifies the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Then inspect the details. A perfect, uncirculated coin with minimal wear will fetch the highest price. And this is where things get real. Don't just assume it's worth a lot because it looks shiny or old. You need to verify it through a professional coin grader or send it to be authenticated. This is where the serious money is. If it's truly rare, you'll want to know exactly what you've got before selling it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this really going to be worth $500,000? Trust me, when you find the right coin, you'll feel like you've just unlocked the gates to a treasure trove. And here's the most exciting part. Once you discover that you have this coin, the possibilities are endless. You can sell it at auction for a hefty price, or even hold onto it as a priceless heirloom. This coin is an asset, a ticket to a brighter future. Final words and call to action, but time is ticking. Every day, more and more people are finding their hidden gems and cashing in on the opportunity. Will you be the one who misses out, or will you seize this life-changing opportunity? In the next video, I'll reveal exactly where to sell your coin for maximum profit, who to trust, and how you can guarantee you're getting the best deal. You don't want to miss it. This is your chance to step into a future filled with financial freedom. Don't let it slip away. If you're ready to unlock the hidden treasures in your coin collection, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for our next video. You'll want to be the first to know when the next golden opportunity arises. We're about to dive into a secret that could change your financial future forever. What if I told you that a single 1981 P Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter dollar could be worth millions of dollars? No, this isn't some online scam or get-rich-quick scheme. It's real, it's rare, and it could be sitting in your drawer right now. Pause for dramatic effect, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this little quarter could be your ticket to living a luxurious lifestyle. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Cue suspenseful music before we go any further. Let's set the stage. The 1981 P Mint marked George Washington silver quarter dollar, a coin that doesn't just carry history, it carries wealth. You may have seen this quarter before and thought, it's just another coin from my pocket change. But what if I told you that a lucky few who stumbled upon this coin have sold it for upwards of $765,000? Switch to a shot of a person flipping through a coin album. That's right. This coin isn't just a relic. It's a gold mine that could take you from average Joe to millionaire. The reason? It's rare, and it's not as common as you might think. You're about to find out why this coin is in such high demand, and how it could change everything for you. Switch to image of a coin collector at a desk, looking shocked after inspecting a coin. Now, let's break down why this specific 1981 P Mint mark George Washington silver quarter is so valuable. There are a few important factors to consider when determining the worth of a coin. It's not just about its age, it's about its rarity, condition, and the historical significance it holds. Here's the catch. Most people don't know that not all 1981 P Mint mark quarters are created equal. Some of them, due to errors during production, have become incredibly rare. And these rare coins, they are fetching jaw-dropping prices in the market. Pause for emphasis, condition matters, of course. A coin with even the smallest of scratches can lose its value dramatically. But in pristine condition, this silver quarter could fetch a price well beyond your imagination. Think $765,000 or more. Not only is it the mint mark that sets this coin apart, it's the fact that this coin represents something much bigger. It's part of a larger collection of coins that celebrate the founding of America, with George Washington's legacy immortalized on the quarter. And that's what collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for. So, don't dismiss that old quarter sitting in your jar. It could be your key to wealth. Transition with a dramatic sound effect. Okay, by now you're probably thinking, how do I find this coin? You're not alone. Many collectors and investors are on the hunt for this rare treasure. But as more people discover the true value of this coin, the price is likely to keep rising. In other words, the time to act is now. So what are you waiting for? That coin could be sitting in your spare change, and it's up to you to take action. Cue upbeat music to build excitement, but here's the thing. Some people out there are looking for a way to cash in on their old collections, and others are sitting on these coins right now, unaware of their true worth. So, if you've got a 1981 P Mint mark George Washington silver quarter, this is your moment to seize it. Pause for dramatic tension. Just imagine, walking into a coin shop or auction house with that quarter in your hand, knowing that you could leave with $500,000. This is real money, real wealth just waiting to be unlocked. And if you don't act fast, you might just miss your chance. Dramatic pause, but wait. There's one last twist to this story. A twist that could make your quarter worth even more than you ever imagined. I'm about to share a little-known trick that could exponentially increase its value, and you won't want to miss it. Build suspense with dramatic music. Stay tuned. The secret's coming up next. And trust me, you'll be kicking yourself if you don't see it. Dramatic music fades, transition to black screen. If you want to learn more about this coin's hidden potential, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another insider tip on how to turn your old coins into serious cash. And if you think you've already got a valuable coin, don't wait. Get it appraised now, before the market value skyrockets any higher. What if your next coin could change your life? Keep watching and I'll show you how to find out. Cue suspenseful music, the tone shifts to intrigue. Let's set the scene. 1980. A year that might seem ordinary to most people. But for those in the know, the year produced a rare minting of the George Washington silver quarter, and it could be worth millions. That's right, millions. Now, you're probably wondering, how can a coin from 1980 be worth that much? Simple. Scarcity, uniqueness, and a little bit of luck. Most quarters from 1980 are worth face value, just 25 cents. But hidden in the minting process, some rare coins were created that slipped through the cracks of the typical coin collector's radar. Dramatic pause here's where it gets interesting. You see, the 1980p mint Mark George Washington silver quarter is one of these elusive coins that flew under the radar. Many were mass-produced for circulation, but a small number were accidentally made with an error. These errors, whether in the design, metal composition, or minting process, create coins of extraordinary value. Imagine, what if you were holding one of those rare, error coins in your hand right now? Would you even recognize it? The truth is, these valuable coins don't look that different from regular quarters, but their worth is so much more. Imagine for a second, you find a 1980p Washington quarter in your loose change. You look at it and something feels off. Maybe it's the weight. Maybe it's the way the coin reflects light. You're not sure, but you know it's special. You look it up, and bam, you discover it's worth nearly $785,000. Sounds like a dream, right? But it happens. It happens to people just like you. But how do I even know if mine is one of those rare coins? Stick with me because we're about to dig deeper into the details of how to spot these life-changing coins, and I promise by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea if you've stumbled onto a hidden fortune. Music becomes more informative yet keeps a hint of intrigue. Okay, let's break this down. What exactly makes the 1980p mint Mark Washington silver quarter so valuable? First, let's talk about mint marks. Yes, that tiny letter on the coin. You see, most quarters minted in 1980 were produced in the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P. It's a small letter, but it plays a big role. But here's the twist. Not all of these 1980p mint marks are the same. The rare quarters that can fetch such jaw-dropping amounts were made with a rare mistake, a minting error in the silver composition. Now, most of us would never expect to find an error like this, but in the world of coin collecting, mistakes are worth a fortune. It's like finding a hidden gem among a pile of stones. And for many lucky collectors, that's exactly what happened. Have you ever gotten excited over finding a random quarter in your couch cushions? You know, the ones that seem to magically appear when you're cleaning up? Well, it could be your lucky day. Except, this time, it's not just another clinking sound in your pocket. Could be the sound of wealth calling. But how do you know if you're holding onto one of these million-dollar mistakes? It's all about the details. Keep an eye out for the weight, size, and the silver content. A regular quarter weighs around 5.67 grams, but those error coins have a slightly different weight, and they're usually made of a higher percentage of silver. Now, don't just toss your coins aside thinking they're not worth anything. Take a closer look. With the right knowledge and a bit of luck, your everyday coin could be worth so much more. Music becomes more urgent, a sense of importance builds, so here's the big question. What should you do with your 1980p mint mark quarter if you think you have one? Well, the first step is to get it appraised. Trust me, the last thing you want is to let this coin slip through your fingers without understanding its true worth. There are experts, professional appraisers, and trusted collectors who can confirm whether your coin is worth a small fortune or just a few quarters. The market for rare coins like this is constantly changing. Prices can fluctuate based on demand and the number of collectors on the hunt for these treasures. If you hold on to it for too long, you might miss your chance to cash in at the highest price. Timing is critical, and it's not just about the money. It's about seizing the moment before someone else does. Let me give you one final piece of advice. Don't wait. If you think you have a valuable coin in your collection, don't sit on it. The value could rise even higher or it could plateau. What's certain is that the sooner you act, the better your chances are of maximizing your coin's potential. Imagine this, just one decision today could transform your life. One coin could make a difference. If you've ever dreamed of living a life without financial worries, this could be your golden opportunity. The rich history of American coins, combined with the rarity and intricacy of their designs, makes coins like this a part of history and a valuable asset that could set you up for a new, luxurious lifestyle. But here's the thing. You'll never know if you have one unless you act now. Could this be your lucky break? Stay tuned, because I'll show you how to properly evaluate your coin and where to take it for the best value in just a moment. But before we get to that, let's talk about the future of rare coins and how you can be part of this exciting world. End of Act 3. Fade out to suspenseful music. If you found this information helpful and want to stay ahead of the curve in the world of rare coins, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you never miss out on the latest tips and insider secrets. You could be just one coin away from a life-changing discovery. Keep watching, and let's see where this journey takes you. We're diving into a coin so rare, it's making headlines for breaking records and changing lives. It's the 1966 George Washington Silver Quarter. But here's the twist. It has no mint mark. And this small detail could mean it's worth an astounding $865,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a coin you might already have hiding in your drawer. Let's rewind for a second. 1966 was a year of change. The Beatles were on the radio, Vietnam was a reality, and the world was on the brink of transformation. But what many didn't realize is that something extraordinary happened in U.S. coin production that year. A small, subtle mistake that no one really noticed at the time, and it's making history today. In 1966, millions of Washington quarters were produced at the U.S. Mint. But here's the catch. Some of them were struck without a mint mark. Typically, a mint mark tells us where the coin was made. Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in this case, something went terribly wrong. A batch of quarters, stamped in Philadelphia, lacked a mint mark altogether. At first, no one thought twice about it. The coin looked just like any other Washington quarter. But fast forward to today, and we're now talking about one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. Can you imagine the moment someone discovered just how valuable this coin really is? A coin once dismissed, now worth $865,000. That's almost $1 million. And if you've got one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a fortune. Now, here's where things get interesting. These 1966 no-mint mark quarters are incredibly hard to find. Experts believe only a few dozen of them exist in mint condition. So, why is this coin so special? It's because of its rarity. The lack of the mint mark, combined with the fact that so few were ever made, makes this coin exceptionally valuable. It's a treasure buried in plain sight. You might have one sitting in your collection right now, or buried in your pocket change. Imagine reaching into your wallet and pulling out a coin that could make you a millionaire overnight. Now, don't go rushing to check your coin jar just yet. A non-mint marked quarter isn't always worth a small fortune. The coin needs to be in pristine condition, graded highly by coin experts, and that's where it gets tricky. Don't just grab any 1966 quarter and start counting your cash. The right condition is everything. A coin that's worn or damaged will never fetch that kind of money. It's all about the details. So, before you get too excited, you'll need to carefully examine your coin for those small, yet crucial details. And here's the thing. It's not just about the value of the coin, it's about timing. Right now, the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are desperate for pieces like this one. If you've got a 1966 no-mint mark quarter, the demand is sky-high, and there's no telling how long this market will remain at these levels. What if you had this coin right now? Would you sell it, or would you hold on for a bigger payday? The market is fluctuating, and it could go even higher. But it might also crash. This is your moment to act. Remember, the difference between a wealthy lifestyle and just getting by could be in your pocket right now. If you have a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, you could be one decision away from changing your entire financial future. Could that quarter in your wallet be worth a fortune? There's only one way to find out. Act now, and you could join the ranks of those who've struck it rich in the world of rare coins. Stay tuned until next time, because you'll want to know what comes next in the world of coin collecting and investing. The fortune you're waiting for could be closer than you think. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more. Don't miss out on your coin's potential. We're diving deep into the unbelievable truth behind one of America's most valuable coin errors, the 1965 no-mint mark George Washington Silver Quarter. A mistake so rare, it's made everyday people millionaires. You could be holding wealth disguised as spare change. And the clock's ticking, because the world's watching, collectors are hunting, and time is not your friend. Let's rewind the clock to 1965. America was grooving to the Beatles, gas was 31 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint made a colossal mistake. That year, the mint transitioned from 90% silver quarters to clad copper nickel ones. Silver was becoming too expensive. But here's the kicker. Some silver planchets from 1964 got stuck in the machinery and were accidentally stamped with the 1965 date. This resulted in a 1965 silver quarter, even though they weren't supposed to exist. No mint mark, no official record, but undeniable silver content. Oops. Someone at the mint was probably having a very bad Monday. That oops could be worth a retirement plan. You see, only a few of these silver 1965 quarters are known to exist. One sold for $7,050 in 2002. Another, a jaw-dropping $685,000 in a private collector auction just this year. And here's where it gets wild. Many more could still be out there, forgotten in drawers, tucked into piggy banks, or mixed in with your laundry change. Every day, people unknowingly spend these ultra-rare coins on parking meters, vending machines, or coffee. And once it's gone forever. But how do you know if your 1965 quarter is worth more than just 25 cents? Because here's the catch. Not all 1965 quarters are silver. Most are worthless beyond face value. But there's one simple test, one secret that separates the millionaire makers from pocket change. Stick with me. I'll reveal it in 30 seconds. But first, let's talk about why coin dealers and collectors are paying top dollar right now. The rare coin market is on fire. The demand for silver and era coins has skyrocketed in the last 3 years. Why? Inflation, economic uncertainty, and wealthy collectors chasing tangible assets. This is the perfect time to cash in. Now, here's how to check your 1965 quarter. Weigh it. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams. Clad ones? Just 5.67 grams. Listen for the ring. Tap it gently. A silver quarter sings. A clad coin? Dull thud. Look at the edge. Silver quarters have no orange strip. Just solid silver all around. If your coin passes all 3 tests, it's time to get it professionally graded. Look for services like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin skyrockets in value at auction. If you're still staring at your coins squinting like Indiana Jones solving a puzzle, don't worry, you're not alone. But don't delay. Every day you wait, another rare coin vanishes into circulation. Or worse, ends up in a coin counting machine at a gas station. Most people will never even know they had one until it's too late. So, go check that old change jar. Call grandma. Dig in that shoebox marked junk. Because inside could be the key to a brand new life. A new house, paid off mortgage, a luxury vacation, or finally saying goodbye to that 9-to-5 grind. It all starts with just 1 quarter. But what if I told you there's another US coin from the 1970s, even rarer than this one, and it's hiding in plain sight? Subscribe and hit that bell icon. Because in our next video, we'll reveal a penny that's turning ordinary folks into overnight millionaires. Smash that like button if you checked your change drawer already. Drop a comment if you've got a 1965 quarter. We're responding to every collector in the next 24 hours.